Our feature is Sally Love Saunders, a longtime friend of Sacred Grounds. She was at Sacred Grounds years before I was, and she continued to come and entertain us and share through those years. She celebrates her birthday in mid-January, and she's doing that at Sacred Grounds for a number of years. She appreciates all the support and love that the Sacred Grounders have given her. This year, her feature on Wednesday, January 22nd, will be in honor of her 85th birthday. Sally wrote her first poem in kindergarten and has continued writing ever since. She now has over 4,000 poems, which are stored in a Dropbox. Sally's poems are very easy to understand. She writes a lot about nature, feelings, and everyday experiences. She hopes that you will come and sit around this Zoom room virtual fire of ours. So I'm really glad to have you here, Sally. I'm going to now mute me and pass the mic to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Dan. Congratulations on your brilliant presentation at Clarion on Saturday. And I just want to echo everyone else's sadness about Buford. He was always, always kind, warm, supportive, and he just was always there in a very, very, very sweet way. I'm pregnant with a book, a manuscript called Creative Itch. And Greg Pond is the obstetrician. And we're working on this book. The next time we meet, I hope that I'll have the book. Inspiration. Over 80 years old, energetic of, oh, whoops. I didn't mean to read that one. You know, when I do these Sacred Ground gatherings, all my poems, like little puppies, want to come on the stage. And I have trouble keeping them all away. I have a creative itch. I have a creative itch. I don't know when it will grow into a scratch. It has to be written out. A creative itch saying, stop. I may want to be realized. So I stopped and I wait and I enjoyed the process of the germination of the creative itch. Oh, by the way, the title is called Creative Itch, exclamation point. Remembering as a child wanting to be Peter Pan and fly. So I put a sheet tucked to my shoulders and flew off the piano bench. And wham, I went sheet and all into the ground. So now, an active poet, I can write away to be recognized by many who enjoy my poetry. I'm an adult, Peter Pan, flying high. Being a poet who is so loved and appreciated makes me feel like a person with a skin rash, and people say, I like your scratching. I like to have a very large palette of colors. A word painter am I. Like to have a very large palette of colors to use to express the very kind of dimensions. For example, my childhood and remembering childhood of nieces and nephews and collecting wonderings. A word painter am I. Like to have a very large palette of colors to use to express. Yeah, with potato clouds walking over Caribbean blue sky. My imagination can transport these whipped potato clouds into my mouth. Yum, yum. Yikes, I'm old. Yikes, I'm old. Used to be men would flirt with me, but now they say, be careful, watch your step. Appreciate their attention, but would prefer the flirts, the safety measures. Worry thoughts. Worry thoughts like nails being hammered into my brain. I turn to nature for refreshment, and the birds sing to me, and the faraway whale waves a silver greeting. When I flew here, the moon, a round-headed fluffy dog, ran along beside me to keep me company for the whole trip, then ran off when the plane landed. What does the wind say? Just want to sit on a bench and talk with the wind, just letting the wind come up to me and chatter. What does the wind say? Wind tells about where it has been and also says, hope it's not too cold for my comfort. Polite wind, and I am sitting in a polite garden. I go to the beach, Ocean Beach, a lot to write. And you'd think that by now I would have run out of things to say. Oh no, oh no. It's always new things to write about the beach. We are two identical stars, apart, pinned to separate spots, but giving forth the same light and glow. Twin stars close together, off in our own space in the galaxy, away from the busy Milky Way and changing neon signs, together yet apart. The same glow uniting us, connecting also by our own special light. We are two identical stars. I'm going to go leave a creative itch because I want, what are you talking about me to? I want to read these poems. I came across, I read them at Sacred Grounds, January 23rd, 2020. And then I made myself a note to read them again, 2025. Very busy beaver me. Very busy maintenance work. I'm feeling like the very busy beaver at Brown Ledge Camp, whose whole existence was plugging up holes in the potentially declining lake. If it wasn't for all his plugging up leaks with logs, the sinking lake would have disappeared. So here I am, busy going to doctors, doing exercises, trying to eat healthy, flossing to keep the lake of me full and alive. Very busy beaver am I, plugging up the holes of the sinking ship. Branches twisted like saltwater taffy, taffy twirled branches, spun around, branches leg up, big piece here, big piece there. Exotic skinny dancer, branches standing on its fingers with ballerina sculpted bodies. Remembering, thinking, what will it be when I grow up? Would dream and rehearse in great detail, a Broadway star or a mother of six. Now I'm all grown up being 80. What do I have to look forward to when I'm more grown up? A knee replacement ordeal with an endless roll to recovery. One doctor says twice a day for 2 weeks. My physical therapist says every day do these exercises. Dentist says false teeth. So many orders. When is there time to just have time to do as I please? Standing at screen door alongside my frisky dog, who wants out. He's looking at the screen outside and wanting out. It won't be long until he's out and away. But now he's up to the screen, wanting out. Not in with me. As soon as the screen door is open, he'll be gone, fast gone. The screen door will be slammed shut. Perhaps will bang my feet. The door bangs shutting will be much louder to me than to him, for he will be in fast motion away. Silence of not being picked on, no talk of being criticized, no connecting, me just wearing pinched skin. He has two sets of skin, pricked one and servant in unknown, and uniform. Wish there was a cozy connecting skin. I'm 80, already a bother to young friends and family. Actually, I'm having a good time being 85. It's I play the old lady card a lot, like when you call places, and they want you to do something that I don't want to do. I just tell them I'm very old and I don't have any computer skills. And if they have a grandmother, they'll understand. Riding in the car with the moon looking in the window and wide-eyed star on the other side, peeking in through a peek hole. The moon is showing more of itself as time goes by. Now I'm back to creative itch. We are in the now. We are in the now. Planning is now. We are in the now. Apex of trip. Trip which was off at a distance. Like an accordion. Trip has folded into now. I'm feeling like riding on top of a bubbling water. Traveling is sugar. The super living. The cream on top of the cream. I feel like a circus performer walking on tall stilts, arms flying wide. This is premium living, better than packing, even better. There's no wish to go. The now is sparkling, sending out diamonds. When I go to the beach, if I see somebody writing in a book, I always ask them, "Oh, are you a poet? Are you writing poetry?" And haven't yet found anyone that said yes, but maybe I will one of these days. Air is holding its breath. Ocean is holding its breath. No gasping white cap, spitting out water. Yellow carpeting of flowers on mounds of earth reminds me of soft yellow pajamas seen on children with pot bellies. It's kind of a tricky act to be a compulsive over poet and a person, because often I'll get an inspiration that has nothing to do with the person that I'm with or what I'm doing. So I have to act as if I'm connecting with the person that I'm supposed to be connecting with, and also allow myself the space to just write my poetry. It's like quite a jungle to try to do it. Maybe if any of you have found out how to do that, let me know. I
That,
always get
that
inspired.
got immediate smiles from about three different poets.
I always get inspired right when I'm the busiest, when it's the worst time. That's when the inspiration comes. For example, a typical time for me to get inspired, I'm running late, have to take a shower, the water's slow, and then all these ideas come into my head. So now I have a pad hanging in the shower. So the other day I thought, I'm going to see if I can abort a poem, if I can make a poem come about. So I said, "Oh, I really wasn't in a rush, but I pretended I was in a rush." So I go into the shower, turn on the water, and guess what? No poem. Waves come to shore. Waves come to shore, all dressed up in party attire. The waves heard I was coming, so they put on fancy diamond necklaces and painted glistening fingernails, parade of yellow flowers in my honor. Waves celebrating with white confetti, waves rolling to the shore on silver stilts, waves celebrating with white confetti, waves rolling to the shore on silver stilts. Waves belching and spitting water as far as the eyes could see. Wish I had the energy of stormy waves, lumping, humping, hissing, reaching. Waves arch their backs like an angry cat and hissing like a very angry cat. Waves run to me with outstretched arms, acrobatic waves, somersaulting, groaning, puffing, with Mardi Gras costumes and feathery costumes. Waves leaving behind moon dust and diamonds. Waves howling to each other, waves holding their breath, then lunging strong. Some waves wearing black, some waves get lost, turn around as if to return. Wish I could become a flying wave, pawing, rolling. One of these days, I think I'm going to pretend I'm a wave and do a wave dance on the beach. That would be fun. I was just thinking about that. I wanted to tell you that one of the best experiences I've ever had with poetry was living on a migrant labor camp. It was under Bobby OEO. And Fresh Start had gotten the kids away doing a program, so the old people had nothing to do. So my first job was to teach them how to read and write, literacy, and then get them to write poetry. And some of the poems were very good, and I took them to the migrant area newspaper, and they printed them. And then I would put them up on their cell block. And I was thinking, I have a picture of Prentice Norwood, who was my favorite student. And I was thinking of how powerful it must have been for them, first to be able to write their name, say 75 years old and writing your name, and then being able to write a poem, and then to get it published, and then put up on the wall. Just the power of words, the power of holding a pen. Timothy weeds. Do you know what I mean by Timothy weeds? Those are those very skinny, beautiful, graceful weeds. Can I have some more light over there, do you think? Timothy weeds, blowing in the wind, are coming to me, greeting me, happy to see me again. When I was young, many years ago, at camp, the ancestors of today's Timothy weeds greeted me and were happy to see me.
2 minutes.
Well, I'm going to spend the 2 minutes telling you how wonderful it is to be with you. And thank you for your ears and for Dad for giving me the space to share. And it's just maybe a minute or two of just plain solid gratitude for all the years that you've all supported me and shared your work with me. And it's just enriched me so much, all your beautiful words and your readings. Thank you.
Unmute, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Sally.
Sally.
Wow.
That's awesome. Beautiful.
Ah, Sally.
Sally.
Great.
Yeah,
Thank you,
great
Sally.
role.
That was fun. Thank you.
Your last poem about teaching someone to rewrite at 75 and then having them write a poem and having it published, that's brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to share that with you.